For more help with your Xcode projects, check out our iPad app called Xcode Pro Tutorials. Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to add events from your apps to your iPhone calendar programmatically in iOS 6. So let's create a new project. Let's call it calendar. And the same for the prefix, class prefix. That's good. First we need to add the framework. So we need to go to our project, build phases, link binary with libraries, and press the little add sign. We need to add the event kit, not the event kit UI, because that's the user interface provided for when the user is adding them. We want to add our event programmatically, so we don't need the UI. Press add, and we are done. We're going to move into our .h file now, and first thing we need to do is import the framework we just added. So type in import and eventkit/eventkit.h, and that should be added. One more thing we need to do in our .h is to add an IB action. So IB action, we'll call it create event. Save that, and we should be done. Jump straight into your .m, and this is where your main coding will be done. So first we need to add our IB action. So IB action, and the one, it should pop up with whatever you named it, and don't forget to put in the brackets. So now we've got this action, we need, let's clear a bit of space, we need two more voids to make this all work together. So let's declare these. Void, we'll call this one add event, and do the brackets, and we need one more, which is the void for when it has finished showing, it has finished adding the event and wants to show that it has been successfully added. So the first thing we need to do after we've done all these is add an integer that will be controlling the state of if the event has actually been added or if there was an error. So let's call this integer add event granted. Oops, I should have declared int add event granted. Now I should say we should normally do this to be able to see the different words, but don't ever start off your variables with a capital. And that should be done with declaring. The rest should be code. So the first thing we need to do is go into our main void, which will be where all the coding is going to actually happen to add the event. So let's start off with ek event store, little asterisk, event store equal two open square brackets, ek event store, one close bracket. Sorry, space alloc, one close bracket, init, one close bracket, and semicolon. Next line is an if statement. So let's start off. If the condition is open square bracket, event store, respond to selector at selector, request access to entity type completion. Now all we need to do is close off our brackets and move on to the statement. The statement is one line of code followed by an if statement. So open bracket, event store, request access to entity type completion. So the type is ek entity type event, and the completion is the little up pointy arrow, and it should be an open sort of rounded bracket, a bool, and granted, comma, ns error, asterisk error. Close the bracket off. Now remember to only close the rounded one, not the square bracket. Enter, open curly bracket. Remember to take that off, the square bracket. And then do an if statement. If granted, oh, I must have spelt granted wrong. That should be right. If granted, and this is where the actual event will be added. So one thing we need to do is declare our control, which is the integer, to be equal to something that we'll ask in the alert. So add event equal 1 semicolon, ek event, sorry, space asterisk, let's call it event, equal, open square bracket, ek event with store event store, close square bracket and semicolon. Now this is where we're going to be setting the title, the start and end date for our events. If the event is an all-day event, or whether different things like that. So open bracket, event set title, and it should pop up. And let's put a string in my title, or let's put my event to make it more realistic. Let's open bracket again, event set start date, open bracket, ns date, alloc, init, close bracket, and another close bracket and semicolon, open bracket, event, set end date, open bracket, and another open bracket, ns date, alloc, close bracket, init with time interval 1200 since event dot start date, close the both brackets and semicolon, and we'll add one more thing, open bracket, event set location, and as you see here, if I just put set in, we can set all type of things. So set, we can set the calendar type, all different types of things. We can even set the notes at the bottom of the event. We can set all different types of things, but it's just specific to your app. So we'll put location and we'll put another string in, and we'll make the string at work, close bracket and semicolon. Now the other advanced thing I'd like to show you in this is how to add an alert. So ns time interval alarm, I should say not an alert, I should say alarm before the event. So if you had your event, you could set the alarm to remind the user one day before. So alarm off set equal and -1 asterisk 1440 asterisk 60 semicolon. Don't worry about the little warning here, it's just because we've only first declared this. Press enter. EK alarm asterisk alarm equal space open bracket EK alarm with relative offset alarm offset close bracket semicolon. One more thing we need to do is open bracket event add alarm and close bracket and semicolon, and that is our event and the alarm set. Now one more thing we need to do is declare where it's going to be shown. So event set calendar open bracket event store default calendar for new events, and 2 close brackets, semicolon, enter, ns error err, semicolon, open bracket, event, store, save event, and do the one with the error. So if I go back and just show you that again, sorry, save, and you want the second one, not the first one, not the commit, but the just error one. Event, the span is ek span this event. NS error is the little and symbol, error. The NS error we declared here, and close the bracket, semicolon. And then we just need to check our closing off brackets. So I'd like to make them clean. So 1 close curly bracket. This is where we close off our bracket from up, where we had it up here, where we didn't close the bracket off. We close it down here. So we need to do another curly close off, then a square, and then a semicolon, and then 2 more curly ones. And the event, all the things to do with the event being added are done. The only thing is we need to do is add the alert for when to alert the user that this has been done. So if add event granted equals 1, which is what we set up here, the statement is UI alert view asterisk alert equal open bracket, sorry, 2 open brackets, UI alert view alloc close bracket, init with title. So scroll down to the one in it with title, press enter. Title is a string, so the string is success. The message is event. Sorry, we need to add the string there. Event successfully added. Delegate is self. Cancel button is a string, and it's, let's say, OK. Other button titles are nil. So just delete the little comma there is. Close off the bracket and a semicolon. And the way I like to organize this is put it in a little list. One more thing is open bracket alert and show, close bracket, semicolon. And everything for the alert is done. All we need to do is add the IB action, which is open bracket self, add event, which is our void. So it's being called up by the IB action. And one more thing is open bracket self. Now this one's a little bit different because we need to give the event chance to be added. So we do self perform selector with ID after delay at selector alert, which is our void, with ID is nil, after delay 0.3, close bracket, semicolon, and that all the coding should be done. So let's save the file. If you want to know how I did that, I pressed Command Save, Command S, and go into our storyboard. We need to add a button. So let's add that in and call it create event. Whoops, create spelling, create event. And touch up inside. So I'm going to run this on my device because the simulator doesn't have a calendar. So I'm just going to plug in my device. And it should show up. And we'll run it. Now I will take screenshots to show you that this does actually work. So go to the screenshots, delete those old ones. So the app is launching. And this is what we do. We press create event. And it tells us event successfully added. Now, normally it would ask your user if they wanted the event to be added. But as I've used this name of this app before, it's already set on my phone. So press OK. And if we go to the calendar, the event has been added. And here are the things we did. Work, my event, one day before. So it does work, and the different thing with iOS 6 was you had to have permission from the user. As I've used this on my phone before, it has asked permission and I have granted it. So with the same name of the app I just created, it would allow it. So thanks for watching. See you later.